Good morning. Good morning. We are going to see what is up today. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for being here. I am Sue Pickering. I am going to see what's up now. We have the solstice and the days are getting longer. Spring is here. We've been in this cocoon stage for over the winter in North America anyway. And we will see what is coming for today. Curiosity 53. I am going to get another card for that one. Because sometimes this one is kind of giving me, well, I guess it's a collective message. So some people would have one message and another, but I am going to see what some clarification on this card, please, Spirit. Okay, and Two of Swords. Okay, so the curiosity, she has her mask or her blindfold on, not a mask, but I am getting that there's more clarity needed moving forward, more clarity with whatever this resonates with for you. More clarity because there is something that maybe isn't what seems to be what it is. That could be with your relationship, that could be with your health, career, all of the things, as I always say, but more clarity. But it's what they're showing me is there's an aspect that you are needing to pull out some more of your magic. Pulling out some more of your skills, your abilities, understanding that when we can see more clearly, we can determine what skills we need. They're saying that I don't know why they're saying this. You have more than one shot, more than one aspect that it's like having two choices to choose from when you are doing something. You have two choices. You can choose to do something, and if it fails, you have another choice, is what they're showing me. They're not showing me failure, but they're just showing me that, give it what you got. And if that doesn't work, then there's another way. You have another shot at it. Okay, I don't know if that's making sense, but that's the words that they're giving me. It's like, yeah, you have choices, meaning, if this is about you in a business, your own business, that you have more than one option to run your business. You have more than one. If for a lot of you are a holistic healer, so maybe you need to be doing more than one thing, is what they're showing me. But they're showing me for you to use your creativity to discover more. 8 of Fire, insight. There you go. Seeing more things, seeing more clearly, getting more information, to know which choice to use first, or there's something there for that. But they're showing me this beautiful, like, it's look, it's the sun, but it is like creativity, it's passion, it's fire, it is all encompassing. Okay, and for you to really take aim on discovering more. They're showing me a moth, and when they show me the moth, it's like moth attracts to the light, right? But they're discovering, they're nocturnal, they're at nighttime, right? So they're discovering what they need to learn in the dark. That's why the blindfold is on her. It's like you will discover, even if you can't see the full picture, you will discover more, even if you are uncertain of where you're aiming. And it's like you have another choice if you miss. If you cannot see where you're aiming, get more clarity, get more insight so you can see better to aim. And if you take the shot and move forward into something and you miss, get more clarity. What do you need to learn about yourself? What do you need to learn about the situation? Who do you need to grow into? All of those things, okay? Connection and attunement, okay? Orange, all about your creativity, your sacral, right? Yeah, they're just showing me gain some clarity. There's something, who do you need to be? If you are taking aim towards something and you cannot, and it's not flowing as you wished, um, who you need to be? What do you need to learn to be who you need to be in that relationship, or to have that love of your life, or to, have that business, or to help people? We have to learn, we have to grow, we have to, use our creativity sometimes to discover that, okay? But wow, Four of Wands, all about celebration. The Magician, this again, using your magic, your creativity, like I had mentioned in the beginning. This guy reminded me of the Magician at the beginning, with all this magic coming out of his fingertips, okay? There's just something more for you to discover about yourself, to celebrate about yourself, because maybe you didn't know, maybe you're not going to know what this is until you discover it, right? And Spirit is helping you, opportunity to grow, opportunity to have success. And there's so many coins coming from above, or she's throwing them up, one or the other, throwing them up in the air. Realize what I said there. But there's just so much more. It's going to be, I'm feeling this, like this fire within myself, this fire within, that is going to allow for these opportunities to come to fruition, okay? And really be where you can take better aim. I think, yeah, it was yesterday about taking aim. I don't know. There's one day this week about taking aim. So if you didn't watch that, go back and watch it. I think it was yesterday. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. And see your light. This is about you going, this is the Hermit. This is about you going inward and discovering more. This is about you seeing who you need to be on this path, as you discover, as you come into yourself, as you, come into yourself to help the world, okay? And there's this internal light that you are going to discover and be who you need to be in order to find that joy, that happiness, that love. Okay, one more, Spirit. Is this not the deck? I need to change decks. There we go. Okay, the Emperor reversed, or like the this or that deck. The Emperor reversed. Okay, this is about seeing your creativity and being who you need to be on this journey, self-discovery. And there's just more to I'm just going to look at the book here. I'm still learning this deck. Freedom and thought of thought and possibilities. Gone beyond merely questioning everything in your life. So you're questioning more. You're expanding. Oh, just a minute. That was the wrong one, but I must have needed to say that. Good fortune. Taking, really, it's not protecting what you have, but it is knowing what you have and being in those aspects of honoring it and putting it to good use, being proud of what you have accomplished, okay? Being very, very proud of what you have accomplished. And, with this fire behind him, and his throne is made of stone or concrete, it's like everything is set in stone. And everything is set in stone because you know exactly what you want, because you are called to it, whether that's a person, a relationship, like I said, business, whatever, your career. You know what your desires are. You know where you're going. That is concrete. But being able to maneuver through that concrete, knowing exactly what you want, where you're going, but still being in flow to get there, still maneuvering, still being in an aspect of adjustments, okay, as you grow. And another big piece is with the emperor, he knows, like he is authority. But also with that authority, you are helping people grow. You are guiding people. You're in if this is to do with relationship, you're in a relationship that can allow both of you to become who you need to become. Your self-discovery as well as helping others along that journey, okay? Leap of faith, knowing that yes, this is the path. This is who I need to be with. This is what I need to be doing. Taking that leap of faith, knowing that you have the skills and the magic to make it happen. There's going to be celebration at the end of this. There's going to be celebration because Spirit has your back. Spirit knows what you need. Spirit will be bringing you what you need along this journey. Woo! Love life. So partnership, this is you. And if this does not relate to romance for you, relate it to your partnership with spirit, your partnership with your soul is calling you back. Or, we're on this ascension. All of us are. And we're all learning and discovering and letting go of the things that we need to let go. I feel like this next part of the year is going to be about letting go, cutting cords, moving where we need to move to be authentic. And this is about loving other people. This is about, if this is a relationship, this is about loving other people. But within that love is loving ourselves. Within that love of moving in a direction for our career and loving what we do, loving ourselves through it, becoming this authentic us who, we're always self-discovering. I don't know if that ever really ends. I know I can only say for myself that it continues, but you get to a space where there's a lot of things that used to matter don't matter. And that a lot has to do with being so confident, finding our confidence if we never ever had it, finding our worthiness if we've never ever had it. And we've discovered and healed those traumas from our past that it is going to allow us to find that clarity, find that space where we can truly love ourselves for who we are, and the rest doesn't matter. What's important matters, right? It's like the old stuff. It used to be drama for us. It used to be, we've discovered now that we don't have to be in that any longer, that we can just be in ourselves. I hope that made sense. Temptation. So this is about, like I said, moving on, letting go of the things that no longer serve us in our world. This next part of the year, I just feel like it's cutting the cords to these temptations, cutting the cords to food, cutting the cords to people that no longer serve us, that don't have a space anymore in your life, because the things that they're doing don't align with you any longer. There's no right or wrong in that. That's not a judgment. It's about honoring self. We get to a space where we don't judge any longer. We just allow people to be them, and we become who we are authentically. And and it's about letting go of those temptations, those things that keep us from being in this 5D world that we have created, and you break free from those things. Animals. Okay. For some of you, this is about you communicating with animals big time. And for others, it is paying attention to the awareness you receive from animals, the messages that they are giving you, continuing to follow your intuition for everyone, okay? As you move forward, the intuition is going to be steering the ship for you if you're listening. Awareness. Yeah, this is those temptations, being aware of any temptations, being aware of, what foods do you need to cut out if you're trying to lose weight, being aware of, what people no longer have space in your life any longer, because you no longer align with them, because you're growing, you're moving up in the world, you are discovering more of who you are. You're taking that mask off and seeing where you need to aim, seeing that, what, I've got another shot here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to create more. I'm going to follow my heart more, listen to, what spirit is telling me, regardless of who's beside me in relationship, partnership, career, all of the things. Okay. And this is about giving as well, helping people along this journey. I had this last week, I've had 2 people reach out to me. One was like, they were going through a really tough time, and they just needed some guidance, and they didn't have the money to pay me. And I said, you know what? No, you are down and out, like completely down and out. And I'm like, no, that's not what I am not gonna, I'm here to serve. I'm not here to give everyone a free reading, but I am here to help guide. I'm here to help, be in service to those that are in need. Okay. And then yesterday I had someone else reach out. They just know that I knew something, and that I would help them, and that they were going to pay me. And I just said, you know what, it's just a 10-minute conversation. It's all good. Right. But we have discernment of when we want to just freely offer, because we get to control that. It's like someone needing a hug. Do you say no, or do you give them a hug and ask for something back? No. Right? I mean, that's to each his own, but I'm just seeing more and more people are reaching for help. They're reaching, and that's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as we move through this world of shifting to 5D. It's going to get bigger and bigger. More people are going to need that guidance. More people are going to need that help. Yes, we need to be honored for our energy that we have put into something, the love that we have given someone. Yes, but there's also an aspect of giving and receiving as well. The universe will pay me back in another way at another time, right? But it has to be on our own free will that this happens. And you will know when you are guided to do something like that to help people, because it just fills you up and you know you're doing well, doing good for other people. Okay? No temptations. This is the devil. Don't be tempted. Don't be tempted to go back to that old way of living. And it's going to show, it's going to show up at different times. Okay. It's like our ego wants to make sure that, it's doing its job. And sometimes I think Spirit says, okay, are you ready? Here's your final test. Are you ready to trust? It's like when you go through money problems, it's like, oh my goodness, where's it going to come from? Like this was, I think I have finally broken through that aspect, because that is an aspect of being an entrepreneur at times. But it's like, it's always shown up. But sometimes I'm like, Spirit, why do you wait till the last minute? But it's a test sometimes. Sometimes it's like, yeah, you say you're trusting. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, now you're not trusting because you're in your head and your ego is telling you not to trust. Okay. So if they're bringing in this magic again for you to use your magic, for you to use your abilities, these strengths that you have. And if you don't know what they are, start discovering what they are, because that is going to be what gets you through. Sometimes we need to use our own creativity. If we're in a pickle, in a jam, sometimes we have to use our own creativity to get out, right? It's just how that is, okay? Milk and honey, as I was talking about money, right? And exchanging gifts. This is where we're going. We're going to have people, your energy, you need something, their energy, we need something, and we're going to be able to exchange what we need from each other in a beautiful way. It's not going to be about the money. The money is what man has made into a piece of paper that has value. We have to find our own values within us. We have to find our own gifts that we can help other people with, and their gifts help us. We all have our own gifts in our own way. We should never feel jealousy toward other people or animosity toward other people. They have their gifts and you have yours. Yes, sometimes it's like, wow, look at that. They can do that. Yeah, they can, but you also can do something different or do it in a different way, however that looks for you, okay? But yeah, there's so much luck coming across your side, so many good things. I love this. I love that this curiosity, this internal fire that is coming out in this self-discovery is going to bring you to celebration of who you are, more discovery of who you are, and this partnership of giving love and receiving love, as well as many other things, energy between us, seeing your own light and knowing that we're worthy. Yeah, this is what I have for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you to those yesterday that listened to the end of my video and commented. Thank you. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. It was not a test, but it just came out. And I'm like, oh, I have to say this. So I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a magical Friday. It is Friday, and an amazing weekend ahead. See you soon. Much love.